My name is Wayne Ligon, and I started Wayne's Pest Control. I had worked for a short period of time with Cook's Pest Control. The president of Cook's Pest Control at that time was named Bill Baker. I guess he thought I was pretty good at what I was doing, and so he wanted to transfer me to Chattanooga. I went home and talked to my wife about it, and she didn't want to move, and she was pregnant. I did believe in the pest control industry, and I did believe in what was going on in it. I went down to Doug Willie and bought a 1972 or 73 Datsun pickup truck and a B&G, and next thing you know, I'm in business. The first account was Miss Hicks at Green Valley Elementary School, and she was the lunchroom manager. And I knew that she had a serious roach problem. And so I just went to her and I said, you give me a chance, 30 days, you have a roach, you don't owe me any money. And from that, I got all 44 of the Jefferson County schools. Just kind of went on from there.
He saw an opportunity to do what Mr. Cook and others have done. During the daylight hours, he served in a truck and took care of people. And at night, he sat at a gas station and served to fund the journey moving forward.
We just really wanted to be good, and we wanted to be better than anybody else.
This office was very tiny. There was probably maybe 12 admins working here. We didn't have a whole lot of technicians.
When I started at Wayne's, I had basically right at 300 customers that I had to service each month. So it was not an 8-to-5 job by any means. It was a job where you had to continue to work as long as it took to get the job done. You know, it was fun. Taking great care of customers was always something that I enjoyed. That's why I've stuck with it for this long.
I think a lot of companies can do big things well. A lot of people do big things well, but it is the details. It's doing something small.
Every little thing matters a lot, and it does. It's our technicians, it's our people in the offices. We all care. We want to do the job correctly first time.
A lot of people along the way that made it work. It wasn't me. It was never about me. It was about our goal. I had come to a point where I knew that the company was primed to take another step.
My journey with Wayne's began in the summer of 2000. At that point, I was a CPA with one of the international accounting firms, and I did not know what I wanted to do with my career. So I had the opportunity to take 5 men to lunch, one at a time, to seek wisdom and advice about what a 31-year-old guy should do with their career. I was fortunate enough to be introduced to Mr. Wayne Ligon. At the end of our lunch, Mr. Wayne said, "Hey, Stephen, you don't seem really happy where you are. Why don't you come work with me for a little while?" And he shared that he was tired, and that because he was tired, his business lacked energy. And one of the potential solutions that came up in the next hour we sat at Golden Rule was, what if we talked about a kid with no money, no experience, no knowledge, and no skills buying his business?
Stephen came in with a lot of ability, a lot of energy, a lot of vision, great team building experience. I had a lot of faith in him, and I think he had a lot of faith in himself. He could take a challenge and handle it, and he did extremely well with it.
The first 6 months were relatively smooth. I worked my tail off 7 days a week. I lived in this building for a better part of my 30s. One Sunday evening, I have my napkin from lunch sitting on my desk, and I'm thinking about my 2 girls. I'm like, what do I want my girls to hear when they get to where they're old enough to know, oh, your dad's the Wayne's guy? Well, pretty simply, I wanted them to hear, man, what a great company. Those are the nicest people. And so I just simply drew a little roadmap to get to that. And it was defining our goal as a company as becoming one of character. So how do we get there? If we can get our team as a whole, one man, one woman at a time, doing the right thing at the moment, communicating with courage, and working until the job's done right, we'll be known as a company of character.
In 2003, there were 35 people. Today, we have over 500 employees in 4 different states. What hasn't changed about Wayne's are the people. So the quantities changed, the numbers have changed, but the people and what's behind the people that serve our customers has not.
Serving people well starts inside your walls. You don't just serve the customer well by accident. And Stephen really got this from Wayne. He noticed Wayne out in the bay. He would always be standing by the door, and his guys would walk in and out in the morning and come in the afternoon. It was an opportunity to really engage individuals, team members in our company, and ask them questions about their life, their day, help them understand without saying it. You didn't have to say you matter, you just did it. You matter existed in those early days just by the way that we did things, not by the way that we said things.
That little detail can make a huge difference in what you do and how you take care of your customers. Keeping your promises, every little promise makes a difference in the big scheme of things.
We're celebrating 50 years of customers allowing us to serve them through taking care of their greatest investment, their home, helping them to protect their families. We see that as a high calling. So, that started with one customer, with Mr. Wayne, with one customer that he had. And now, 50 years later, over 100,000 families that we get to serve, and we take that very seriously. When I think about the next 50 years, our goal has to be that our roots of servant-heartedness remain, and that we just keep broadening our scope, if you will, broadening our horizons and having more impact.